She lights up every picture, laughs at every joke. But did you ever feel something was wrong? Maybe her smile looked perfect online, but offline it felt forced. You've seen her laughing in videos, all happy and bright. Yet, when she's alone, her face falls. What if she's pretending? What if her smile hides pain? Today, we'll learn how to spot fake smiles in relationships. It's not about judging her or him. It's about seeing the truth behind the grin. Stay with me, and you might save someone you care about from hiding their real feelings. Maya seemed to have it all. She had a fun job, a loving boyfriend, and a life full of weekend trips. On Instagram, her feed looked like a dream. Sunsets, fancy dinners, and heart emojis. Friends would say, "You're so lucky." But Maya started to feel heavy inside. Even the things she loved began to feel dull. She kept telling herself it's fine. But deep down, she wondered why she didn't feel as happy as her pictures showed. Sometimes, having it all on the outside doesn't fix what's missing inside. At parties, Maya laughed at jokes. She smiled for every photo. But her friends noticed something strange. Her mouth curved up, but her eyes stayed flat. Real smiles crinkled the eyes. Maya's eyes looked tired. One night, Liv whispered, "Are you okay?" Maya brushed it off. "I'm good," she said, voice small. Later, alone in her room, she stared at her phone. She wished her smile felt real, but it never did. It was like she was acting in a play, wearing a mask just so everyone wouldn't worry. Whenever Josh teased Maya about her cooking, her clothes, or her laugh, she smiled and said, "He's just joking." Friends told her it hurt, but Maya said, "He loves me." In group chats, she would laugh it off, even when jokes stung. It felt wrong, but she wanted to keep peace. She told herself she was overreacting. Still, late at night, she replayed every tease in her mind. Her heart pounded, but next day, she laughed again like nothing happened. She was protecting him, not herself. Everyone told Maya how lucky she was. They saw Josh opening car doors, paying for dinner, and calling her sweet names. But no one asked how Maya felt. When someone said, "I wish I had your life," Maya just smiled. Inside, she felt lonely. She missed friends' company, her own time, her free spirit. But no one seemed to notice. She didn't want to sound ungrateful, so she nodded and said, "Thank you." That small thank you hid years of doubt. It was easier than explaining why a perfect life still felt empty. If you're enjoying these videos so far, don't forget to tap that like button. It really helps me out. Drop a quick comment below. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you'll get notified when the next chapters drop. Let's keep this conversation going. Maya's phone buzzed with invites, movie nights, brunch, road trips. She once loved all of it. Now she replied, "Can't make it, sorry." She blamed work, then sleep, then bills. But the real reason was Josh. He needed her at home. Each time she canceled, her world got smaller. She missed laughter with friends. She missed late night talks and crazy ideas. Maya felt trapped, but she told herself it was love. Love meant putting him first, right? Still, every time she said no, her heart felt heavier, like she was closing a door on herself. They used to sing along to songs, talk about dreams, and laugh until they cried on road trips. Lately, the car was quiet. Maya stared out the window. Josh stared at the road. If she tried to start a chat, he answered with one word. Small talk felt forced. The silence pressed on her chest. She longed to ask about his day, but she feared the answer. More silence. Once at home, she'd slip into her room, door closed, feeling lonelier than before. Fake smiles couldn't fix this quiet. It made her wonder if love was enough. On Maya's birthday, Josh promised a fancy dinner. Instead, he forgot to reserve a table. They ended up in a crowded cafe, noisy and rushed. He shrugged and handed her a gift card. "Happy birthday," he said. Maya forced a smile, said, "Thank you." Her friends cheered, but her joy slipped away. In the bathroom, she held back tears. Back at the table, she laughed at jokes she didn't find funny. She snapped a selfie for Instagram, birthday girl smiling. But when she saw the photo, her eyes looked hollow. The mask felt too heavy. When Maya shared her pain with Josh, he frowned. "You're too sensitive," he said. He called her dramatic, told her she was making a big deal out of nothing. His words stung more than his jokes. Maya locked up inside. She told herself he was right. She was overreacting. Her tears dried. She learned to swallow her feelings, but each time she did, something inside broke a little more. Those words weren't just an insult. They were a cage. They told her to hide her feelings even when they hurt her most. Maya would lock the bathroom door after Josh fell asleep. She turned on hot water, let it drown out her sobs. No one heard her cries. The water ran down her face, mixing with her tears. She felt heavy, aching. After a while, she closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and wiped her face. She stepped out, dried off, smiled at herself in the mirror. "Ready for morning," she told her reflection. Her heart pounded, but her smile looked calm. She walked out of the bathroom back to a life that still didn't fit. One lazy Sunday, Maya scrolled her phone. She found old texts from her mom, full of pride and joy. She read her journal from a year ago before Josh, where she wrote about big dreams. She wanted to go back to that girl who believed in herself. Tears welled up, but this time they were different. They felt like truth. She realized she had lost herself. Her fake smile hit her spirit. That day, Maya decided to find her old spark. It wouldn't be easy, but for the first time, she wanted her happiness back. At a party, Josh teased Maya in front of his friends. "She can't cook," he laughed. Everyone joined in. Maya laughed too because she didn't know what else to do. Later, in the bathroom, she looked at herself in the mirror. Her chest hurt. She touched her cheek where tears had dried. Why did she let him embarrass her? Why did she stay? That night, her smile felt like a scar. She realized that jokes at her expense weren't love. They were a sign she was losing more of herself, and she hated it. Maya stared at her reflection. She thought of her old hobbies, painting, hiking, late-night talks with friends. Things she loved. They felt like distant memories now. She asked herself, when did I stop being me? She remembered her laughter, her dreams, her courage. They weren't gone. They just got buried under jokes, silences, and forced smiles. She decided then to unbury them. She promised herself she'd find out who she was again. That promise felt like a seed, small but full of hope. It was time to water it. One night, Maya felt her chest tighten. Breath came fast. She felt dizzy, panicked. She ran to the bathroom and fell to her knees. She gripped the sink, tears streaming. She realized her panic wasn't about work or money. It was about her heart and mind. She was trapped in a pretend life. Lying on that cold floor, she decided she couldn't keep going. She wanted real air in her lungs, not fear. That night was her turning point. The panic attack scared her, but it also woke her up. She needed change, fast. Maya typed a message to Liv. "I can't do this anymore." She hit send, feeling both scared and relieved. Liv called right away. They talked for hours. Maya told her everything. Joked, silences, broken promises, and fake smiles. Liv listened without judgment. She sighed. "You deserve better." Those words felt like a warm hug. For months, Maya kept her pain inside. Now she was sharing it. It wasn't easy, but it felt right. That message was the first crack in her silent world. It showed her she could speak her truth, and someone would hear it. Maya told Josh she wanted out. He just nodded, surprised. No fight, no tears, nothing. He said, "Okay." She packed her things in silence. Each item she folded carried memories, good and bad. When she left his place, her heart raced. She didn't feel free yet. She felt scared. Scared of what came next. But she also felt a spark, a small light of hope. The ride to her friend's house was quiet, but this time it felt like calm before a fresh start. She didn't know what tomorrow held, but at least it was hers. Back with Liv, Maya took tiny steps. She went for morning walks and felt sun on her face. She wrote in a new journal without pressure. She painted simple scenes, flowers, skies, smiling faces. She met friends for coffee and talked without fear. Some days were hard, but she kept going. Each small choice, saying yes to plans, speaking up, or choosing quiet time, built her new life. She learned healing isn't a race. It's a slow path of small wins. And with each win, her real smile grew stronger, shining from inside out. Months later, Liv met Maya at a park. Maya waved, her face bright. Liv gasped. "That smile looks real." Maya laughed, a full laugh from her heart. She told Liv how much better she felt. Lighter, braver, whole. No more hiding. She had found herself again. Josh was part of her story, but not her future. Maya looked up at the sky and whispered, "I'm finally me." That smile stayed with her all day. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest. And honest smiles, they heal, connect, and truly show who we are. Real smiles come from inside. If someone you know hides behind a grin, ask gentle questions. Listen without judging. Everyone deserves to feel seen, safe, and whole. Don't settle for pretend happiness. Seek the real kind. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, smash that like button. Got your own story or signs you've noticed? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss more real no fluff videos. See you in the next one.